Hello, what up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. This is episode number 171. And in today's video, what we will be doing is completing our weekend league. Now, it's been sort of over the last few episodes that we started playing it and stuff, and I know that obviously it ended on Sunday night into Monday morning, but we've still got 3 wins to get right now. I'm only at 11 and 5. It's not great. It's not been the best weekend at all. But you know what the team's looking like. I'm feeling a little bit more solid now, playing Alonso as my defensive midfielder and Cancelo as my left back, Aurier as my right back. It seems to be kind of working for us at this point in time. And then on Sunday night, I think it was, we obviously had an SBC that came out called World Class Football, part of the Future Days promo, which was only like a 4-day promo. I don't quite get it, I'm not going to lie. But hey, it brought the prices of a lot of players down, which meant that it might nearly be buy time to get the old 84s, 85s and 86s and stuff. So I'll keep looking into that and maybe spend some of these 170,000 coins that I've got. But from the Jumbo Premium Gold Players Pack, which is not something that ever comes out in store, that is like a 25k pack, which is all players, but double that. So effectively like a 50k pack right now. For nice and cheap, we were able to get ourselves an upgraded 85 rated Lacazette. Pretty happy with that. Considering it wasn't a walkout, I was like, well, we're not going to get anything amazing, are we? And it turns out it's one of the best players that I could have got in terms of like rating and stuff. That wasn't actually a walkout. So we'll take an 85 Lacazette, and there's a couple of rares and a lot of non-rares and stuff in there. Very, very useful. Will come in a huge amounts of handiness to go towards players in the club and be useful for SBCs. There was also an 83 rated Oscar in there, so we'll take a little Oscar. You never know when that'll be useful and stuff. But 11 and 5 is where we basically start our Road to Glory weekend league for today's episode. Now, it's definitely one of the worst weekends I've had. We started off terribly at like 3 and 2. But hey, you got to push on. You got to get your wins. This guy obviously likes a flashback SBC, as he had 4 in his starting 11. And also a couple of other SBC players in the likes of like League SBC Alessandrini, which allowed him to get Ibra on full chem right off the rip. So GG's to him for making a nice little hybrid squad up there, I think. Or it might not have been a hybrid, I can't really remember. But there was like Payet and stuff in there. So it's probably 2 or 3 leagues, and it was a weird one. Not gonna lie, this guy was fairly good, and I really couldn't get the ball off of him when he was in my last third. I very much struggled to do that. Footma's son is an interesting player to come up against. I definitely struggle against some of his other informs and stuff. So the way that he's got the pace, dribbling and shooting, but they're like the only stats that he's got. If used correctly, can be so dangerous when you come up against him. Now, that was a powerful low-driven shot on the turn from Ronaldo, but nothing quite worked out in the end. There's lots of opportunities for both me and my opponent. I turned Van Dijk there and hit the post again. Second woodwork in this game, and at half-time, feeling a little bit underwhelmed and a little bit hard done by for it to still be 0-0. Second half comes around though. I whip it to Torreira and put it in the box. It gets deflected and it somehow goes in by a scissor kick or bike from Ibra, and I'm just like, that's not how I envisaged that corner actually going, but I'll definitely take it that it went in. Cancelo then heads it on to Ronaldo, up to Ibra. Ibra plays it across to Arnautovic. I take the strike, and then I really think I'm going to get another goal here with Nedved, but a lot of pressure from that defender and not quite getting the right angle on the turn was enough for me to not score that shot. And then that happened. So I don't know if you saw it. I basically took a goal kick or a free kick with my keeper, and straight away it just cut out. I don't think my opponent really quit there, unless somehow he turned his Xbox off or something. It was a very odd one, but I did get the win. I was worried that maybe he got kicked off the servers and it took a long time with the spinny wheel. I thought I was going to get booted from the servers, but no, we got our win. We move on to the next game. I'll take it. Maybe he was just stressed and annoyed and decided, or maybe his mum was doing the hoovering and she accidentally pressed the Xbox button or something. I don't know, but I'll take the win. Next game, I come up against a fairly strong but fairly odd looking squad. There's a lot of players there that I've never used, and like, player of the month, Goretzka and that Alphonso Davies. Davies. Like, I'm jealous of a lot of those players, but we were able to score within 4 minutes. So a nice ball through to Aubameyang, and I actually trusted that I could hit the finesse shot there, and that was what put us 1-0 up. Good save from Alisson there, and a lovely boot out towards Arnautovic, but it was really the fact that he was quick to run out and stop Mbappe from getting that shot on goal that helped keep us at 1-0. Now, from this resulting corner, I'm able to, well, get the ball back here with Torreira, knocks it down to Marcos Alonso, I whip it in, and Ronaldo rises up, but it is into Courtois' hands, who was actually having a pretty good game for my opponent and stopping a lot of my shots. But Alisson was kind of doing the same down the other end, and I was somehow able to keep Ibra from getting a header away. That's obviously the most important thing you got to do on this game. Mbappe gets one away there, but forces a good save out of Alisson, and he's able to push that one out for a corner. So you can see, there's lots of opportunities for both me and my opponent, and fortunately for me, a lot of his came from inside the box, which seems so difficult to score from. But at half-time, I come away with probably a fairly lucky 1-0 lead. Nedved then plays it into Ibra. I didn't really mean that shot to come across as like a low-driven finesse, but it did. But hey, we win the resulting throw from the goalie. Arnautovic whips it back stick, and Ibra is there, or tries to be there, but kind of does like a false jump. And then Ronaldo strikes it, but straight into this Courtois' hands again. He was saving bloody everything. Now, Ibra is able to somehow work his way past the defender. It gets tackled. It goes back into Ronaldo, and finally we are able to break past this Courtois for a second time in the game. That shot from Ronaldo clearly had enough beans about it to even though the goalie got a hand on it, fall into the back of the net. And then, well, we pick it up with Ibra there. Good save from Courtois again. How have we not made this 3? It really made me want to pick Courtois up again. I'm not going to lie. He was great. He genuinely was saving a lot of stuff for my opponent. He then goes on the attack, plays it through to Mbappe right now, and I move the goalie the wrong way. Once again, it seems to be a common occurrence from me. I'm not gonna lie, I do it so often. I really need to just stop moving the goalie. But a nice La Croqueta from Nedved, plays it into Arnautovic, into Ronaldo, and then I strike it on the turn. I don't know how that's gone in. And I don't know how I've got that shot away. It really shouldn't be as powerful as it is. But that seems to be something that actually works with Cristiano Ronaldo. So I'm going to keep doing it. We're 3-1 up right now. And my opponent misses that volley with Pepe. And I'm like, yeah, this game's going my way. I just know it is for sure. Torreira plays it down the line to Arnautovic. A few minutes left on the clock. I can sort of see this one out. Or play it down to Nedved. Play it across the box. And Ibra is able to get that goal. Now that one really solidifies the win, right? 4-1. Few minutes to go. He's not going to get that many goals back. And I guess he kind of went all-out attack because it made it easy to score the next goal. Low-driven strike there from Pavel Nedved. A really nice technique on that one. I like that goal, and I like the hold-up play from Ibra. And it's nice to get a goal with our prime icon, of course. But just a really nice strike across the ball. It looked superb, and we're able to come away with a win here in a game which was quite close in the first half. We really took it to him and pulled away in the second half to win like 5-1. So yeah, that's positive for us. And that pushes us up to 13 wins. Just one more win to go then, and we could relax a little bit. So come up against this guy right here. All right, team. Nothing really special. I would expect better, I'm not going to lie, at this point in time. But he's got Arnautovic. He's also got a red 88 Fernandinho, so maybe he finishes quite well sometimes. That's a decent pull to get. Nedved plays it to Ronaldo. I just knock it out to Arnautovic and back to him. And then some really nice passing and leads to a Nedved low-driven strike. But the ball was a little bit too far behind him, so I'm not surprised that he didn't quite end up running away celebrating. I play this one through to Ronaldo and then through to Arnautovic, and that was really perfectly weighted because it just enables him to, it forces him to bring his keeper out, which enables me to just slot it round him, and we do go 1-0 up in this game. However, you might notice that I'm not cutting it from the kickoff. So what's going to happen? You've all guessed it. We're just waiting for it to happen. Arnautovic plays it across. Again, what a perfectly weighted ball that is. How I haven't got anyone to that, I don't know. But he goes and gets his equaliser, and then pretty much straight from the next kickoff, there was one shot that didn't work out for him, and it went out for a throw that I blocked. But he was able to go 2-1 up in this game, and there was just a spell where I couldn't quite get onto this guy. guy. But I play it into Ronaldo and bang it home with a volley. That one felt sweet. That in the business is known as a thunder something, but I won't repeat what that word is. But yeah, you'll also notice that from this one, we're also not cutting the kickoff. And that's because, once again, I moved the goalie the wrong way. Perfectly played, to be fair to this guy. But his 3 shots have led to 3 goals. My 7 shots with 5 on target have only led to 2. I'm not doing something right. And my opponent definitely was doing something right down his end. He was very clinical, very potent with the few opportunities that he was getting. Now, De Bruyne plays it through lovely to Richarlison, and I'm like, well, I need to do something here. Once again, I think I end up moving the goalie the wrong way, or just goalkeeper movement not really helping me right now. I really ought to stop it. But from the resulting kickoff, I think Ronaldo plays it into Torreira, back to Ronaldo. Lovely LB fake shot to just get past that De Bruyne, another one to get past the defender. And whether or not that's like a kickoff mentality where the defenders just aren't in the right positions to stop it, I don't know, but I seem to score easily with Ronaldo from that one. I then hit the bar and don't quite get my equaliser with a lovely header from Zlatan, but I get the very same opportunity a little while later. This time, not as much power goes on that one, and it flies into the roof of the net, and we are able to get our equaliser 71 minutes into this game. I need to win this one. I need this to be my 14th win, and we need to end up, finishing the weekend league on that. And I strike it with the weak foot of Ronaldo on the turn, and that is enough to take it into the back of the net. I was really surprised that low-driven shot went in, because it's on the weak foot of the player, and he's moving on the turn, and typically they go so far wide, or they just drag wide, it's crazy. But that was enough to win the game. My opponent literally had those 4 shots that he scored, so GG's, and you're very clinical, mate, but maybe you needed to earn a couple more opportunities in order to actually win that game. And I think we come out as the deserved winners at the end. A very stressful one to end things off, but that gets us to our 14 wins, which is what we need. And actually, I think in the end, we come away with a respectable 14-5. Considering we were 3-2 and even like 10-5 or something, we pulled it together at the end and actually felt like we were playing a little bit of football again. So I really like Alonso as the DM out of the 3 options that I gave you a few episodes ago. And then, Ronaldo's sitting on 132 goals and 61 assists and coming up for his 100th game. And then, 16 contributions in 19 games for Nedved. So it's definitely not terrible, but I was hoping for maybe a little bit better. But I think that was very similar to what Zola was doing, which I guess isn't a great thing to say, seems as Zola was a lot cheaper. We could have had more money in our Footcoin bank account right now if we didn't do Nedved, but it's allowed us to progress our team and stuff, and it comes towards the end of the episode here. Guys, do me a favour, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram. All of those links can be found down below. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day. I will catch you next time. Peace.